have in my hand the HiWatch 16 channel NVR. It's 6 megapixel, it comes with an alarm and there's no PoE functionality on it, so you'll have to power the cameras in another way, not directly from the NVR, and I'll cover that later in the video here. So let's look at exactly what you get and the spec on this. Let's see, first of all, it's available by the way with free delivery directly from freetv.ie. So the first of all, like 6 megapixel is absolutely, you know, amazing picture quality on it there. So it's past 4K in terms of what it's capable of doing. So this particular one here, the price point on the HiWatch is obviously, it's a brand that's brought out by Hikvision, so it's a lower spec in certain ways, but what's increasingly happening is the differential between HiWatch and Hikvision can be quite small, and on something like this then you're really getting into a very high-end piece of equipment at a very, very competitive price point. Something like this years ago, probably even 12 months ago, or if you compared it against some of the competitor products in the market, probably could be 4 times the price. So to have a HiWatch product at the type of price we have it on the website is absolutely incredible. So in terms of what you'd use this with, you'd obviously use it with PoE camera or with IP cameras. Up to 16 of them can be sported on it. And the significance of the alarm is that if you have this on a monitor thing, what you can actually have is sensors around the building. They'll trigger the alarm that's on, built into it, and it'll send either a message to the monitoring station, or you can actually send notifications directly to your own phone, and then you can just log directly in through the app on your phone and have a look at what's going on. So let's just look at the front of the unit here. So we just see here we have the main menu thing on it, and a lot of the functionality that you can activate directly through the app is available here, okay? And you have the ability to add a mouse here, and then there's a sensor here if you were to try to aim a remote, whatever, towards it. If we come along and look at the back of the unit here, so there's a single LAN connection here. So even though it's 16 cameras, there's only a single LAN in here. Then there's the ability to add a USB, a HDMI output, or a VGA for connecting it either to a TV or a monitor here. There's an audio in and an audio out. This is the alarm functionality here, which we can see. We have an on-off switch and we have an external power lead, but the power unit itself is built in. So if we look at the base there, we have screws here, and if we open this up, we'll be able to put in hard drives. So I think it's something like an 8 terabyte hard drives can be sported directly on this. So how are we going to support and power the cameras, the IP cameras, if there's no PoE on this? So if we looked at a typical IP camera, such as this one here, we'll see this is pretty typical of what you have. You have a power input on it here, so you can put a 12 volt 1 amp power unit on it, or and just run the data picture directly back to the unit here, and then you just have a something like an ordinary switch like this, where you have a single cable running from the NVR over here, and each of the cameras run directly through. Or the alternative is, this switch here is actually a PoE switch. So what we could do is this will actually generate the power and power the cameras directly for you, and a single lead goes back in. Now some of the higher spec versions of these NVRs are actually on the market, have a whole series of outputs on it. Maybe 8 or 16 ports that are all PoE powered, and they can power the cameras directly. But as you can see here, either using the PoE switch or local power unit, it overcomes that problem. So we can still connect the full 16 cameras on it. We also have the SATA cables here for connecting the drives. There's little brackets then for mounting them as well. And we have a mouse that comes with it as well. So there's a great level of consistency across the Hikvision, HiWatch and Hilux range. Where you're able to come along and it's the same app right across the board, and they're all using P2P technology, so there's no static IP address needed, there's no setting up port forwarding, anything like that. All of that's just a thing of the past. You just scan in the QR code and up it comes, and it's been mapped via server, and that's why it's so easy to do it directly. So I like this unit here. The price point and technology on it's absolutely super. If you want to go to a higher spec, we'll say, and use something like PTZ controls and have additional functionality on it here, there is the or the Hikvision version directly itself of it, and it has all those extra features at a considerably higher price, but it all depends really where you want to go on it. For me anyway, this is a product that, even though it's really aimed at the DIY market in terms of the brand HiWatch, a lot of the specs in this could be more than suitable for what you need for doing professional jobs. So that's sort of the space that our NVR finds itself. So that's it anyway, an overview of the HiWatch 16 channel NVR, 6 megapixel with alarm but no PoE.